Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my podcast. My name is Lynette. Today we're going to talk about intention boards. But before we do that, I want to go over a few things with you. The first one is a reminder again that it's okay to glance at the past, but don't stare, because your thoughts set your mood. And when you start thinking about the past, it usually for some reason goes directly to something that was unfavorable. So therefore, it's best to stay in the present moment. And by saying that, it's like a fast track to meditation, which brings you right to the present moment. The other thing is, do not depend on others to make you happy. Because if you're going to expect someone to treat you or do what you think they should do for you, you're going to be disappointed. Everybody is just trying to make it. Be their friend for who they are, not for what they can give to you. The third thing we talked about in moving forward in the direction of good health and happiness is exercise. So every day, do your best to exercise your body. For some reason, that puts you in a good mood. I think part of the reason is because you're honoring yourself. You're taking steps to make yourself better. And of course, eating right. Right now with the COVID-19 and we're all home, I have been eating right because I don't have access to Starbucks or the mini markets. So again, there's that silver lining we're talking about. Finding a little bit of good in every disaster, in every gray cloud. And then finally, there's visualization. That is exercising your mind, but also it's putting intentions into your body of how you want it to function, how you want it to operate. Your mind tells your body what to do normally every day. It sends messages to every organ in your body, every cell. So by you thinking about it and directing it, it will happen. It's a slow process. All good things usually are, but it does happen. Now I want to talk to you about an intention board. I'm going to tell you how to make one and what they do for you. It really is pretty amazing. Again, it's putting your intentions out there, not only the ones I just spoke about that are mental intentions, sending messages to your body, but this is putting intentions out into the universe. And I have had some amazing results. Years and years ago, I made an intention board. And it's a board that has pictures of different categories that you want to happen in your life. And on my board, I had a red convertible sports car. I had real estate that I was hoping to be able to buy real estate one day. And as time went on, it didn't dawn on me at the time, but as I'm driving my red convertible, I realized, oh my gosh, this was on my intention board. And then I did buy some rental properties. And again, I hadn't been looking at my intention board for a long time. And I realized, oh my gosh, I have my real estate. Now, the one that really got me, and I actually just realized this a few days ago, as I was thinking about what I was going to talk about on this podcast, I have a picture of a woman speaking in a microphone. And then I thought, oh my gosh, now here I am speaking in a microphone to you right at this moment. When I made it, my intention was for acting or voiceover. I didn't even know what a podcast was at the time when I made it. But all of these years later, here I am actually fulfilling that picture. And to me, that's 3 things that have come true or have happened out of, I probably have 6 to 8 items. I would say half of them have happened so far, which is amazing and wonderful. In fact, I'm going to make a new intention board myself. Since we're all kind of stuck at home, sheltered in right at the moment, it's a perfect time to make an intention board. And I'm going to explain to you how to do that. When I first became sick, I think I told you that I have trouble dealing with it. So I went to a therapist, and she was the one that told me how to make this intention board. And her explanation was to get pictures of the desires of my heart or how I want my life to be and glue the different categories onto a poster board. Now, again, as I said, talking in this microphone was not the way I intended it to be. However, the universe had different plans for me. And so you always have to be open to change. You put your intention out there, but don't be stuck on the way it's going to happen. It may be totally different than what you think, and that's probably why I didn't recognize it when it actually did happen. I had to view the pictures and say, oh my gosh, that is happening right at this moment. First, you get magazines. Think about the items that you want, how you want your life to be, or what you want for your body, just whatever it might be, career, car. And then go through magazines and find pictures of the way you want things. Now, of course, the person in the magazine isn't actually a picture of you, but that doesn't matter because it's symbolic of you. So you cut out a picture for each category in your life that you want the intentions to fulfill. And then you glue these onto a board, not like a collage, they don't run into each other, but you glue them onto a board in different categories. You don't have to stare at it. You don't have to look at it every day. Although you can, it's a good idea to look at it so it's in your mind, but it's going to happen either way. And it's amazing. It's fun to make the board. Think about the way you want your life to be. Once you have this board completed, it'll be a poster board with different categories of things you want in your life, how you want your personal life, how you want your career, the material things you want, the spiritual things you want, whatever the case may be. But as I said earlier, you have to be open to accepting things coming to you in a way that you may not have thought of. Don't be married to the idea of how you think the outcome is going to be, because sometimes life takes twists and turns, and it's usually better than we can even imagine. For example, going through this health situation, talking about life taking a twist and a turn, I had my life kind of mapped out in my head, and it took a direction where I ended up having poor health. I don't know why. Maybe it's to reach out to one person, even if there's just one person listening to this, that it could help, then that would be a good enough reason for me to be going through this. So don't be resistant to what life has for you. Make the most out of it. Let God use you. Oftentimes you can set examples just by your character, or you might say just the right thing that changes someone's life. In fact, I'll never forget one time I was having health problems and I was at the hairdresser, and the hairdresser said, "It sounds like you have what the president's wife has." And this was back when President Bush was in office and his wife had Graves' disease. And I didn't even know what Graves' disease was. Well, sure enough, that's what I had. In all of this, the changes that life brings us, things being different than we pictured them to be in our own heads, regardless of what happens, It's all about finding your new normal. It's learning to function day by day with what we have, putting one foot in front of the other, moving forward. This podcast is all about moving forward, and therefore the title, Health and Happiness. I believe that stress is very counterproductive to health and happiness, for that matter. So by practicing these tried and true by myself, these little epiphanies and things that I share with you, is one step toward happiness and eliminating stress. And I believe when you do that, your body has a chance to heal. When it's not fighting negativity, when it's not fighting bad endorphins, I believe your body will then start the process of healing mentally and physically and spiritually. Again, I'm going to say it in short form, what we need to practice daily, and that's to not dwell on the past. Try not to expect anybody to make you happy. Do your exercises. Eat correctly. Do your mental exercises. That's basically a form of meditation, which brings relaxation and spiritual insight. And now we're going to add the intention board. And after you make it, again, you can get excited because things will happen in their own timing and in their own way, but they will happen. And one day you'll look back at that board and you'll be amazed what has come out of it. And again, since we're all stuck home with this COVID-19, it is a perfect time to get out your magazine, find your pictures, cut them out, glue them onto a poster board in the different categories, and just sit back and be excited about your future changing. I wish you all health, happiness, and stay safe during this time. Until we meet again next week, bye-bye for now.